And what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is your boy, well, Cheaper Loots, technically, since I'm over on the second channel, but it is your boy, Cheap Loots. And look at this. I'm on a different game that's not 2K. I'm on Diamond Dynasty in MLB The Show. So, whether you are somebody who has taken a few months off of Diamond Dynasty, or maybe you just picked up the game or planning on picking up the game, whatever, let's go through what I think you should do early on to kind of improve your team. Every single one of these players that I have gotten has been from basically just grinding the game with absolutely no idea what I'm doing. I've tried to go into this game essentially without watching like any other content creators or anything like that. I'm just trying to figure it out on my own. So I haven't watched like any show YouTubers or streamers or anything of that nature for tips or anything like that. I've just been kind of grinding along with it. And outside of buying stubs for a pack opening in the first week of the season, you know, because I haven't uploaded a video over here in like 2 months, I have not spent any money outside of that. And I rarely open packs. So pretty much every single one of these guys has been grinded or from a free pack, essentially. The only time I've opened packs has been like the guaranteed 30K packs where I got Trevor Story, who is one of my favorite players in baseball. So we'll start off with what you should do right off the bat. I mean, if you want to go, there's so many different avenues you can go with this game. This game has some of the best grindable content in all of, gaming period, not just sports gaming. I play personally a lot of Conquest. So that's usually the first thing that I do when I hop on this game is I go play some Conquest. The Life, really easy Conquest map. They start out with like a bunch of fans essentially, so you can kind of get this far in a relatively short amount of time. The first couple strongholds you play, you can even play on Rookie. That's how many fans you have, which is huge because that veteran CPU is no joke. Sometimes it will just completely mess it up. A good way to immediately impact your team and give yourself some good players is to try to finish these tops now things. I haven't been great about it. Sometimes I'll come through, I'll bang out like 2 or 3 of the tops now circuits and get like 2 or 3 packs. Other times I'll go literally a month and a half without doing them. They only get really annoying when you get to these like tally 8 total bases things because you're relying a lot on the algorithm. And it's an MLB game, so you do have to understand that this is going to be algo-based hitting rather frequently, which is pretty frustrating, but like that's just baseball, bro. Like, you know how it is. Like, it happens. I wish it was back in the All-Star Baseball 2005 days, but unfortunately we're not. There's no cheat codes for aluminum bats, and there's no West Mailman in here, unfortunately. Now, as far as the daily moments, they're a really good thing to do as well, but like if you miss a couple days, it kind of hurts you a little bit. I'll be honest, I literally just don't do them. Like, straight up, I don't do any of the daily moments. Now, one thing I highly recommend doing is trying your hardest to start doing these monthly rewards. I actually went through in April, well, technically May, and banged out all of the April monthly awards, but May and June's, I barely have done any of them. I only got up to Jesse Winker over here, which is not somebody I'm really stoked on. The rest of the cards are good, though. There's Kluber, Jose Abreu, Marcus Semien, whatever. Perennial Sox disappointment. This one's, even if you want to go through and just do a few of the moments are relatively okay. Grinding those up, there's obviously the collections as well that'll help you out, but if you haven't been grinding the game very long, it's not really going to do very much for you. But just doing a couple of these missions, if you do have some of those tops now, guys, you can go complete a lot of these missions through Conquest or some other type of mode. Conquest being the one that's mainly for grinding these sort of things. I'm not going to be talking about online very much in this video, dude. Like, I'll be honest with you guys, I've played like 2 online games this entire, pretty much since MLB The Show 21 came out. I've played like 3 online games. 2 of the people I ran into out of 3 had how do I say this, 1940s German themed teams. You know what I mean? Which was interesting. I was like, okay, that's kind of a problem. That's kind of problematic. We're going to circle back on that one. Team Affinity is always something good to grind on. Not trying to say the whole player base is like that. I just felt like it was a good percentage. That's like 66%. That's pretty solid. Obviously, getting collections is the way to go on this one, but for a newer player, you're not going to have collections. You're not going to have it. Showdown vouchers are definitely a way to go as well. But just getting up here as fast as you can. You're getting so many cards. Like, that's the one thing I have to give MLB The Show over any specifically sports game is how easily it is. Look at my man Cy Young. Look at him. That man doesn't even look like an athlete, dude. Literally. Like, he looks like a lawyer. Doesn't look like an athlete. But The thing I have to give the show is the amount of grindable content. It's so easy to build like a competitive team through the show just simply by playing it a few hours a night, whereas other games are not the case. 2K, for instance, you cannot build a competitive team for just playing a couple hours a night without spending money, obviously. You don't have to spend money at all in this game. It's actually like doesn't really help you at all to spend money unless you want to go buy the best cards in the game, and even then you'll probably just get murdered by someone who's just better than you at this game. I don't have a lot of these collections. I have some of them. They're obviously a quick way to do it. The moments challenges are a pain. If you're really good at the game, obviously it's not going to be a pain. Also, you shouldn't be watching this video in the first place. Yo, is that Eric Gagne? Yo, I forgot when Texas had those little cutoff jerseys. Those were sick. A lot of teams had those. Those were hot. They should bring those back. Now, obviously, the fourth inning program is definitely a good way to go. Look, Raleigh Fingers. Look at that mustache. That's a mustache I've always dreamt of right there. So obviously, when I get this choice back, I'm picking Raleigh Fingers. There's just no question about it. You can't shy away from a man with that mustache. Then you go up a little farther, you get a 42 choice player. These guys aren't the best at this point, but it's still cool. I mean, you get a legend or whatever. It's fine. Fourth inning classics. We got, young jock, do the shoulder lean, Peterson. Man, as a Cubs fan, I really just hate this man. I'm taking Trevor May every single time because I need closers. And then you get one of the bosses. You either get Wander Franco, Eddie Murray, who I'll be honest, I don't really know much about him. Christy Mathewson, who I literally know nothing about. Well, of course, 1908 season, 37 wins, 1.43 ERA with only white people in the league. Shout out to him. Then you get some kitchen sink packs at the end. You can get my boy Rob Dibble. Honus Wagner, who played when instead of giving out cards in bubblegum packs, they gave them in cigarette packs, which is kind of sick. Imagine buying a pack of Marlboro Reds and then you just get baseball cards. It's pretty interesting. And then kitchen sink too, where I can get Walter Johnson, who literally looks like he's playing in jeans, which I respect that. That's some Sandlot stuff. Benny the Jet would be proud in that regard. Now, like, I have a bunch of, like, these are all just random packs I got from just grinding Conquest. Like, I'm not even really trying that hard. That's the other thing is I just throw guys in my lineup that have challenges to be done, and then I just play Conquest. That's all I do. I don't take this game serious in any way, shape, or form. Like, not at all. You guys have seen me live on stream playing 2K where I'm literally about to rip my hair out. This game, I don't even care. I truly don't. Also, never sell now. Never sell no. If you get a duplicate from a player, always just let it go to your collection and actually just check what he's actually worth, because I guarantee he's worth more than that 26 sell now. These Ballin' is a Habits packs, I get them constantly for doing all types of stuff. I don't think I've ever pulled anything good out of them. Like, all right, sorry, Austin Gomber, I won't sell you. I got Brian Reynolds. Shout out to this Pirates team that's, out there this year. They just have like the wackest team ever, but they're somehow not that bad. Just like nobody exciting on that squad. Look at that beard. Baseball players are so much more interesting to talk about than NBA players sometimes. Just because, like, you just don't get white guys who look like that guy in the NBA. It's just not a thing. Yeah, these packs, the pack odds are actually atrocious. Was that a word? Yeah, it was atrocious. Look, if you think 2K's odds are bad, these are pretty bad as well. But at least they tell you how bad they are, which is definitely something different than other games do. Like, in regard to these headliner packs, you get a 1 in 10 chance of getting an 85 plus player, which is a 10% chance. 1 in 10 actually makes it, I can't tell if that makes it worse or better. It just depends how you understand math. But I'll open a couple of them up just to show you the odds are not very good. You're better off just grinding and then just getting free packs and like these grindable players. And to be honest, the one thing I like about the show too is, for the most part, the grindable players are significantly better than the packable players, which is the complete opposite of what every other sports grind game is all about, or sports card collecting game is all about. Most of the time in those games, the purchasable players are significantly better, or the more packable players, I should say, than the ones that you can grind in game. And I feel like the show is completely different. The best players are grindable, and honestly, like, the throwaway guys are in packs most of the time. Occasionally you'll get a Griffey or something in there, but so these are cool as well if you guys haven't done Showdowns. Showdowns are another, I don't know, they're kind of frustrating, I'll be honest, but you get to draft a team, so I get to pick one of these 4 guys. Matt Wieters, oh man, shout out to you for leading my 2012 fantasy baseball team to glory. I got a special place in my heart for Matt Wieters. I mean, he only batted like 230, but he was hitting shots out here. I'll take Wander Franco. I don't need Chris Mathewson. I don't really know how he's going to perform out here. Do I go with young Jock Peterson? No, absolutely not. I'm going with Trevor May. I'm definitely not going with George Foster. This dude made me very angry trying to grind out, like, I don't know what it is about his swing. Sometimes you're just going to find cards that, look, their swing's just not going to agree with you. Now, I'm kind of mad I took Trevor May because I really do want to take Raleigh Fingers for obvious reasons. But I guess I'll take John Smoltz as my starter. Always important to have a very nice starter when it comes to the showdowns. Oh, we're going with Cedric Mullins. No question I'm taking anyone else. Yup. Goat. I guess I'll take Ethan Small. Fine. Whatever. I'm definitely not taking Sonny Gray. I've drafted you in fantasy baseball far too many times, sir. Tommy LaStella. Matt Adams. Yo, I really thought this dude was the truth in 2013, 2014. I kept drafting him. The Cardinals refused to play him. It was a whole ordeal. Taking Andrew Miller. Yeah, definitely. He has a sick handlebar mustache. I'm taking it. Alex Kirilloff. I dropped and picked you up like 4 times this year in fantasy, so I'm going to pick you up too. Obviously, like, know how you play too. Like, I know for a fact vision bonus and 2 strike counts, very important for me because I swing at almost everything. So I'm definitely going to pick like that attribute or whatever. I forgot what these things are called. It doesn't really matter. Perks. Yeah, that's a very important perk for me because I swing at literally everything. Also, you know, be patient. I can't really tell you what to do in that regard because I'm literally never patient. I swing at like every pitch. Look, dude, I suck at this game. Like, right? I am not a comp level player. I don't even know what's like lower than comp. I'm not even that, like a mid-tier player. I'm like a low-tier player in this game. I swing at everything. I really don't care. I'm like blasted beyond my mind half the time I'm even playing this game. Most of the time I'm like on edibles and stuff, so like it doesn't really matter. What I'm trying to say here is that I don't take this game serious in the slightest. And I'm still have like a pretty solid team. And I haven't even played really in the last like month and a half. Like, I just hopped on during All-Star Weekend and did some stuff for a little bit. But other than that, like, I haven't even been playing this game. Looking at some other kind of programs to go for, I think the ones I touched on are definitely ones you should focus on first. Team Affinity, Tops Now Moments, and obviously like the monthly awards. I honestly don't do these player moments or these player programs at all. Like, I don't. They do require online play, which I'm just like not trying to do. Some of the cards are cool, I guess, but I just don't want to go do it. Like, I don't want to deal with it. Yeah, I want all of this. Yeah, I definitely want. I don't want Pete Alonso, dude. I don't like you. But, you know, you got some moments to do. They're all, like, relatively okay. Like, this one looks pretty fun, I guess. You only get 3, like, little points for it, though. This one's a different player program. Like, I highly recommend doing this one. This one's very doable. They made it, like, relatively easy without having to go on and play online for the most part. And then this collection requires you to get Team Affinities and Team Affinity players on Team Affinity Season 3 or whatever you want to call it, Team Affinity 3. I don't know. I don't know what y'all call it here. I don't know if it's, like, seasons or whatever. It doesn't matter. And then you got missions and stuff like that. You don't have to go online, which is why this is tight. A lot of this does require online play, which I think does kind of suck, but I mean, who am I to judge? A lot of people like to play online with this game. I saw people raging on Twitter because they're like, man, you need to make the season XP longer. I'm like, bro, I haven't finished one. Like, I swear I have not finished 1, 2, 3, or 4 at all. Like, I think 4 is almost over. Dude, I'm like, on level like 5. Where I get on here and I play Conquest. Like, you don't need to make it longer. I promise. You don't need to make it longer. The problem with this one is you can easily get 40, but getting 50 is rough. Like, because even if you do the exchanges, you're still only at 45, and then you literally have to go play online, or you have to go do play versus CPU and win on All-Star, which for most of you guys probably isn't hard. And even then, like, it won't even get you to 50. Like, it's just, the player programs are not it. I don't like them. That's just me, though. I don't recommend doing them at all, especially if you have, like, low patience like I do. I don't feel like I play 2K for a living. That's where I stress myself out at. I'm not trying to play the game I play for fun to stress myself out. Like, no, I'm just chilling. I don't need to have a competitive great team. I really don't. That's why I'm not even talking about online. I don't care at all. I could care less about online. I'm doing my monthly awards. I'm getting these cards. Plus, I play fantasy baseball religiously. I have for the past, 13, 14 years. So I know about all these random guys, especially the monthly awards. I really like those because those are all the hot waiver guys pretty much for the most part, or like guys who like have been not great all year that have gotten hot. I did these when the game first came out. I don't really think it's worth doing these if you haven't. I mean, you can get some stubs and stuff, but that's about it. They're fun to play, though. I will say that. You get to try out some of those moments cards, so that's cool. As always, it has been your boy Cheap Ludes over on the Cheaper Ludes channel. I'm going to try to upload more frequently over here because I'll be playing the show a lot more over the next like 4 or 5 weeks. So, hey, look out for me, man. I'll definitely be here. And yeah, I'll update you guys when I get Raleigh fingers into sick mustache, man. Peace.